Previously,
So today I want all of you to put on your imagination.
the agriculture team were disguised as cabin crew
Wait. I have an incoming
in
call from,
search of Malaysia
Officer
Airlines co-pilot
Do you want to take control? Or should I? First
who
officer, have you already
mysteriously
taken control?
vanished in thin air. The only given clue about his location was that he was last seen in the country of countries. And where could that be? In this episode, the agriculture agent's search for Fatino will have a little cultural twist.
Agents in a control mission.
A country of countries. A country of countries. Where could that be? Oh, the UK, Scotland, England, Wales and Northern Ireland. A country of countries. So that's where Fatina was headed to. Is it on? Yes, it's on. Hi. Assalamu alaikum. Looks like you're coming with us to the UK. We're in Malaysia now, you see. We're going to be flying. Oops. We're going to be flying 10,514 kilometers from Malaysia to the UK. I wonder what the culture there's like. And this is for the search of Fatino. See you then. Hi, Agent Hanan here reporting. I'm in my bedroom, reporting live from Nottingham. I know we were supposed to search for Fatino. I did that. Let's just say I did that. But I was more intrigued in finding out about the social interactions of the people here. So that's what I did. This is something that's quite interesting. I read something about the South and North divide in the UK. How the people up in the North are much friendlier than the South, and how the Southerners are much more posher, much more reserved people. I think it's best summed up this way when you talk about this side. People tend to generalize it to London, right? So in London, let's talk about population here. The population density is 10 times more crowded than the next most densely populated region of the country, the Northwest. So that's a lot of words for you to swallow, right? But what I'd like to say here, there's a lot of people in London. So maybe that is why the people there just mind their own business. And let me talk about queues here. I want to talk about queues, especially in a busy city like London, where the population of people there is huge. So they would rush to actually get to the front of the queue.
And since we are talking about queues, if you got in line and want like the following.
Lost your spirit.
So over in the north, the population there is much lesser. So you would have British people over up in the north greeting you or even invite you for tea. Over in Malaysia, we have village folks, orang kampung, where they are much more friendlier than the city folk. So it's more to city and countryside terms, you know? And about the past, you know, something about British people that I find fascinating is how the elderly women call just about anybody duck, darling, love. Back in time, I remember. Wait, I want to show you something. This was actually a bag I sewed back in the days.
And I was with these two lovely ladies, Gladys and Glenn. I can't remember which one, but one of them said,
"Oh darling, can you please help me out with this? I can't quite see the hole." And I helped her out.
So for your information, bringing back the map from earlier, the further north you go, the weirder the terms of affection become. So that's something we could add to our list.
Over in Malaysia, we only have one word for affection, which is sayang. We would call the people we love sayang. And I do know something about the manners and etiquette system of the people in the UK. Maybe because it's the land of Her Majesty, the Queen. So manners and etiquette are everything in the UK. They eat with spoons, right? In Malaysia, we eat with our hands. And please, sorries, and thank yous are part of the everyday speech. That's all I have on the social interaction of people here. For Fatino's case, I can conclude that I don't think he's somewhere in the south, because I've gone to every part of the south of the UK and I haven't seen Fatino here. So I think he's somewhere up in the north.
One and this one. And for the drink, I want iced lemon tea. I think that's all. Okay. Oh, hi. I'm Argentini here reporting. I have searched for Fatinol high and low in every restaurant there is in UK. I'm now indoors to have a meal. Here's some extra information I have come across. There are a lot of delicious food that we can find in each and every region in UK. When I was in Northern Ireland, I could find oyster fry, bangers and mash, and fish and chip. Besides, in Scotland, there are haggis, Scot broth, black pudding, Dundee cake, and Kylan's King, a delicious creamy seafood soup. Furthermore, when I was in Wales, I found course, veg rabbit, liver bread, veg cake, butterbur, and Glamorgan sausage. And not in England, I could find full English breakfast, Sunday roast during the dinner, toad in the hole, cottage pie, and steak and kidney pie. There are many more food that I do not mention here because it is so many to list all of them. But what we have to know is that UK food is not the same as in Malaysia. In the UK, most of people get their carbohydrates from wheat and potato, such as smashed potato, bread, cake, and so on. But in Malaysia, most people get their carbohydrates from rice. For example, nasi lemak, nasi ayam, and even satay also come with rice, right? The nasi impek. Moreover, in UK, food in UK is quite similar as they comes from same culture, but in Malaysia we have a various type of food as people in Malaysia is from more than 3 races. That's why food in Malaysia is quite different. For instance, we have curry from India, chicken soup from Chinese, and nasi dagang from Malay. In short, I think it is low possibility for Fatino to be at any of the restaurant here in UK. As we know, he loves Malaysian food so much. I think I should stop now. I got my food already. Bye bye. I hope we could find Fatino.
Hello, this is Agent Faiz reporting on the whereabouts of Fatino. So, Fatino was located in Scotland, wearing kilts while accompanying a girl who is wearing a back gown and a Welsh iconic hat. I would like to further explain what these clothes are, and hopefully this can determine why Fatino is there at that time. So, the kilts originated in Scotland, and it is a special kind of clothes which have this sort of like skirt-like or plaid, we call it, which can come in various colors. The most common one is the red and green, which I've seen on the internet. Furthermore, it is quite similar to baju Melayu in a sense, because baju Melayu we have samping instead of kilts. Meanwhile, but the kilts, you can have different kind of clothes, kind of shirts. Meanwhile, baju Melayu usually come in sets. Usually they have accompanied with same kind of colors. But kilts, they don't have pants. Meanwhile, baju Melayu we have. So this is the men's version of the kilts. Okay, this is the girls' version, the women's version. So during old times, the kilts actually the kilt's colors actually used to determine which clan they are from. And also it can be, they have a lot more loose clothing, as you can see from the picture. Yeah, they have a lot more loose clothing, which can be can act as a blanket, and also it can protect the weather from the rain, from wetting their lower body parts, and it also allows the weather to be more flexible. So next we have the background and the Welsh iconic hat. This came in later, which is in 18th century. So people usually, women's actually wear this usually. Women of the rural background usually wear this, and well-off farmer daughter usually wear this to when they want to sell their crops in the market. So to compare, we have baju kurung instead for our women's traditional clothes. Baju kurung is quite different from the Welsh counterpart. But baju kurung usually is where when they have formal events, or usually marriage, or maybe formal events, and also religious events. So that's all. So to conclude, I hope this report can help my fellow Malaysian agents to locate where is Fatino. Okay, thank you.
This is Agent Alif reporting from the United Kingdom. We've already heard reports from Agent Hanan, Dini, and Faiz about Fatino's disappearance. I was assigned to call the festival across the UK to search for Fatino. Here are my findings. There are 4 sightings of Fatino attending popular festivals around the United Kingdom. One of the first sightings is on the 17th of March, where he was seen in Northern Ireland. On that day, the people of Northern Ireland were celebrating the St. Patrick's Day. For context, the St. Patrick's Day is a cultural and religious celebration to remember the death of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. On that day, there is a huge parade in Belfast. I tried to catch up with him there, but because of too many people, I lost sight of him. The second is on the 11th of May in Gloucester, England. Gloucester was famous for the cheese rolling festival. This festival is where a cheese rolled down the Copper Hill and participants tried to seize the cheese. When I saw him with a group of people there. But when I tried to confront him, I ran to an unfortunate event where I was pushed by the crowd and rolled down the hill. Because of that, I lost sight of Fatino. The third sighting is on the 6th of August in Edinburgh, Scotland. There was the Edinburgh Festival, which is the world's largest art festival. There were many people and performers there. Because of that, I didn't see a sight of him anywhere until he was leaving the festival. The finding that I got is when he was leaving the festival, he was riding the Bentley State limousine. And last but not least, the last sighting was on the 8th of August at the Eisteddfod Festival, which is held in Wales. For context, Eisteddfod is a festival that is held annually for 8 days straight of competition and performance, and it's also considered as the largest music and poetry festival in Europe. I got some intel from some of the people there, and the intel that I get is that he was not alone, and he is there with a group of people too. To conclude, I think Fatino's police hit himself. This is because there were...
Hi guys, today I will show you how I spent my whole holiday in the UK. As an agent. First, I secretly sneak out from my HQ and that's it. Easy. Next, I use the secret teleport that I stole from HQ in my home. Oh, I can wear it, and with a blink of an eye, I safely arrived at the United Kingdom. Yeah, it was cool. So, you all know me, right? Me equals to travel. So the first place I visited was the Isle of Skye, where I won a kill to these guys from my fellow agents. And I went there with my sister. And yeah, a very cool picture. The hills in the UK have lack of trees, same as Windows XP. Compared to Malaysia, our hills are filled with a variety of trees. For the next stop, Nottingham Castle, as it got me reminiscing back a lot of medieval stories that I heard about when I was a kid. Yeah, especially Robin Hood, as they have a statue of him in front of the castle. Yeah, and if you can notice, his face is just like me. Not gonna stop there. I also visited the Wellington Hall, and yo, it is so big. Did you know the Wellington Hall is used to film The Dark Knight of Batman? Yeah. Not gonna lie, I also had photobomb one of the Batman sets when they are filming at the Wellington Hall. Yeah, it is me. It is cool to see Batman saving citizen lives in front of camera. And what would a trip to the UK be without visiting London? Or also called as Londinium in the first century. Oh yeah. When I arrived at the London, I diving from the London Eye, climbed the Big Ben, and stopped by at St. Paul Cathedral. There is also a St. Paul Parade, and it is very wonderful to see many cultures in one place. This reminds me of Malaysia, because they both have a lot of diversity in cultures, being grouped in the same place. After a long ride, I finally miss Faiz Chan's laugh, Jangun Aziz's serious face, and let's see for their reaction when they